Hi guys, good day. It's me, Teacher MJ. Our topic for today class, it's all about the rational numbers. So without further ado, let's do this topic. Now later on class, we'll be answering this type of questions. We're going to compare the given rational numbers by writing greater than, less than, or equal on the blank. And we will be explaining this one class step by step because there is a shortcut way class to answer this one, especially class if your teacher will not allow you to use calculator. So before we answer this one class is we need to understand more with regards to rational numbers. Now a rational number is a number that can be written in the form a over b, where a and b are integers and b should not be equal to 0. Integers, fractions, mixed numbers, decimals, and percentages are example of rational numbers. So let me just explain this one class with regards to rational numbers. Once again class, a rational number is written in the form a over b. Therefore, a rational number, it has a numerator, it has a denominator. Example, if I will say 1/2, can I call that one rational number? Yep, you can call that one rational number because you have a numerator and you have a denominator. Another example, if I will say 3 over 5, can I call that one rational number? Yep, you can call that one rational number because you have a numerator, you have a denominator. Because a rational number is written in the form a over b. It has a numerator, it has a denominator. But the condition there class, b should not be equal to 0. Why is that, sir? Because if you will write class 3 over 0, in which your denominator is 0, it will be undefined class. Your calculator cannot solve for this one class. Even if you use your calculator, it will say syntax error or cannot be divided or math error. Because this is undefined. This is what we call class undefined, not defined class. This is undefined if your denominator is 0. Let's try that one class using our cell phone, the calculator. So let's divide 3 by 0. So 3 divided by 0 cannot be divided by 0. Even if you use 1000, let's have 1000 divide 0, cannot be divided by 0. So therefore class, a rational number, it contains numerator and denominator. 1/2, 3 over 5, not 3 over 0 class because this is undefined. 1/2, 3 over 5, and 6 over 7, these are rational numbers. Therefore class, all fractions are called rational numbers. Why is that, sir? Because this is a fraction, right? A fraction contains numerator and denominator, numerator, denominator, numerator, denominator. Therefore class, all fractions are called rational numbers. So example of fractions, 1/2, 3 over 5, 6 over 7, and so on. So all fractions are called rational numbers. Now let's talk about integers class. Why do we call integers as rational numbers? Now the definition of integers class, integers are whole numbers that would be positive or negative whole numbers. So example of integers, we have 5, we have 7, -3. Those are integers. Now why do we call this one rational numbers? Now for the integers class, if we write 5, whole number 5, understood that any whole number, there is a denominator of 1, right? 5 over 1 is just the same with 5. Okay, 5 over 1 is just the same with 5. Same with -3 over 1 is just the same with -3. Any whole number, there is a denominator of 1. Now if you have your numerator, if you have your denominator, automatic class, you can call that one rational numbers because rational number, it has a numerator, it has a denominator. Therefore class, that's why we call integers as rational numbers because it has a numerator, it has a denominator. Understood class that any whole number, it has a denominator of 1. Alright, so that's why class we call integers as rational numbers. I hope it's clear for you class. Now let's talk about mixed numbers. What are those mixed numbers class? Example, 2 and 1/3. Can we call this one rational numbers? Yup. We have the whole number and we have the fraction. Automatic, those are rational numbers. We know that fractions are rational numbers. We know that whole numbers are rational numbers. Integers are whole numbers. Therefore, class, automatic mixed numbers are rational numbers. Another example, 5 and 1/5. We call that one rational numbers because you have fractions and you have whole numbers. Once again, a whole number class considered to be rational numbers because a whole number understood that there is a denominator of 1. If you have your numerator, you have your denominator, you can call that one class rational numbers. I hope it's clear for you class. Now, let's talk about decimals. Example for decimal class. If I will say 0.5, can I call this one rational number? Yup, you can call that one rational number because you can convert decimal into fraction, right? You still remember, class, converting decimal into fraction? The 0.5, we can convert this one into 5 over 10. Once again, copy 5. Then the place value for decimal, you start at tenths. Okay, example ka 0.57. This 5 will be tenths with th in place value for decimals. And the 7 will be hundredths. And next number will be thousands with th. So therefore, once again, this is tenths for the place value of decimal. Hundredths, next will be thousands. So to write this one decimal into fractional form, that would be 5 over 10, right? 5, then the place value is tenths, so that would be 5 over 10. You can divide this one by 5. Reduce. This is 1/2. Therefore, class, decimal is called rational numbers because we can convert decimal into fraction. Another example, if I will say 0.20, how will you write this one into fractional form? So 0.20, you can write that 120 over tenths, hundredths, that would be 20 over 100. Divide by 20, because you can reduce this one by 20. You find the GCF. 20 divided by 20 is 1. 100 divided by 20, that is 5. That's 1/5. And we know that 1/5 is a rational number. It has a numerator and denominator. Alright, so I hope you got that one, class, why decimals called rational numbers. So example of decimal, 0.5. And our answer a while ago, that is 1/2. 0.20, that is 1/5. But once again, class, not all decimals, class, are called rational numbers. Be careful with this one, class. Not all decimals are called rational numbers. Why is that, sir? Because we do have what we call, class, non-terminating and non-repeating decimals. Our decimals does not have an end term. It has an infinite number of terms. Example for that one, class, is pi. An all square root, class, in which the number is not a perfect square. Example, square root of 2. Once again, class, a square root in which the number is not a perfect square. Square root of 2, square root of 5, square root of 7, square root of 11, all square root, class, in which the number is not a perfect square. We can call that one, class, non-terminating or non-repeating decimals. And these are irrational numbers. This is not rational numbers, class. This is irrational numbers. Now, question, why is that, sir? Because if you get the value of pi, class, example, we use our calculator. We need to get the value of pi. Pi equals, you will have 3.1415.926, and it is continuous, class. It is infinite. So 3.1415.92653. Example, square root of 2. Square root of 2, you will have 1.41421356, and it is continuous, class. 1.4142135623. And it is continuous. So non-terminating and non-repeating. It has an infinite number of terms. So these are irrational numbers. Pi, square root, in which the number, class, is not a perfect square. Of course, a square root of 4, it is a rational number because we do have square root of 4. The square root of 4, that is 2. Okay? A square root, class, in which the number is not a perfect square. And that is what we call, class, non-terminating or non-repeating decimals. Alright, so I hope you get this one, class, with regards to decimals. Not all decimals are rational numbers because we do have what we call non-terminating and non-repeating decimals. But for this one, class, 0.5, 0.20, these are rational numbers. Alright, so let's talk about percentages. Example of percentages, that would be 20%. Now, why do we call this one rational number? Because we can convert percentages into decimal and we can convert percentages into fraction, right? 20%, if we convert this one into decimal, just simply move the decimal point right to left twice, 1, then 2. So this will be 0.20. Now, 0.20, class, in fraction, okay, that would be 1 over 5, right? We just convert decimal a while ago into fraction, and the answer is 1 over 5. Is equal to 1 over 5. So once again, if I will say 50%, 50%, you can convert this one into decimal. Move the decimal point right to left twice, 1, then 2. This will be 0.50. And we know that 0.50 or 0.5 is equivalent to 1/2. And 1/2 is a rational number. Okay, 1/2 is a rational number. So therefore, class, percentages are called rational numbers because we can convert percentages into fraction. Alright, so if you understand this one, class, with regards to rational number, let's answer this one, class. Alright, so let's start with example number 1. So we have given 2 over 5 and 3 over 4. Now to compare this one, class, you can convert fraction into decimal for you to compare. But actually, class, there is a technique how to compare fractions easily without using the calculator, without converting into decimal. And I will teach you the technique later on, class. Alright, let's convert this one first into decimal. So 2 over 5, 2 divided by 5. Once again, if the teacher will allow you to use calculator, very easy for this one, class. Just simply divide 2 divided by 5 and you will get the answer. 3 divided by 4 and you will get the answer, and then you can compare. So 2 divided by 5, that's cannot be. We need to add 1 0. You borrow 1 0, you put a point, then add 1 0. Now once you put a point here, you also put a point on the top. You align, class. And then you divide 20 divided by 5, that's 4. 4 times 5, that is 20. Once again, class, 2.0, you think this one as 20. We need to add 1 0 because we cannot divide 2 divided by 5. That's cannot be. That's why we need to add 1 0. And you think this one is 20. 20 divided by 5, that's 4. 4 times 5, that's 20. Subtract, that is 0. So this will be 0.4. So 2 over 5 is 0.4. And 3 divided by 4. So 3 divided by 4, that's cannot be. We add 1 0. You put a point. And then add 1 0. You align the points, class. You put a point on the top. And you think this one as 30. 30 divided by 4, that's 7. 7 times 4 is 28. Subtract. 30 minus 28, that's 2. You bring down another 0 because 2 divided by 4, that's cannot be. And add 1 0. So 20 divided by 4, that's 5. 5 times 4, that's 20. Subtract, that is 0. So 0.75. Of course, we know 0.75 is greater than 0.4. So therefore, 2 over 5 is less than 3 over 4. Now, the shortcut way, class, you can just simply cross multiply, class. Example, 2 over 5 and 3 over 4. We can just simply cross multiply, class. 2 times 4, if we have given fractions, class. Once again, you can only apply this one if you have given fractions. 2 times 4, that's 8. Cross multiply, 5 times 3, that's 15. Now, 15 is a line on 3/4. Therefore, 3 over 4 is greater than 2 over 5. Simple as that, class. So, 3 over 4 is greater than 2 over 5. So, therefore, 2 over 5 is less than 3 over 4 because we know 3 over 4 is greater than 2 over 5 because 15 is a line on 3/4. Let's have another example, class. 2 more examples, class, for you not to be confused. Example, 2 over 3 and 1 over 5. Another example, 6 over 7 and 5 over 8. So, which is greater, 2 over 3 or 1 over 5? Let's cross multiply. 2 times 5, that's 10. And then 3 times 1, that's 3. So 2 over 3, and then 1 over 5, cross multiply 2 times 5, that's 10. 3 times 1, that's 3. 10 is a line on 2/3. Therefore, 2 over 3 is greater than 1 over 5. Simple as that, class. So 2 over 3 is greater than 1 over 5. Let's have this one. Cross multiply. 6 times 8, that is 48. 7 times 5, that is 35. Now, 48 is a line on 6 over 7. Therefore, class, 6 over 7 is greater than 5 over 8. Simple as that, class. If you have fractions, class, even if you use your calculator, class, you will have the same answer. Alright, so if you have given fractions, class, just do that one. Just simply cross multiply. No need to change into decimal, especially, class, if your teacher will not allow you to use calculator. But if the teacher will allow you to use calculator, very easy, class. Just simply divide, class. Alright, so number 2, we have given 1.4 and a proper fraction. Once again, class, a proper fraction. The numerator is less than the denominator. Proper fraction. I hope you remember this one, class, during your elementary years. Numerator is less than the denominator. So therefore, of course, we know that 1.4 is greater than 4 over 5 because a fraction, a proper fraction, is just part of a whole. And we already have one whole here. 1 is an integer, a whole number. So therefore, this one whole is greater than this fraction because we know that the fraction is part of a whole. So this is greater than because this is already a whole number class and this is just a fraction, a proper fraction. Alright, so number 3, 1/2 and 0.5. So 0.5, so let's convert that one into fraction. So 0.5. We can convert 1/2 into decimal for you to compare the decimals, or we can convert this decimal into fraction. So which do you prefer, class? You can have the two solution, class. So 0.5, let's convert this one into fraction because we can convert this one easily into fraction. 5, this is 5, then the place value is tenths. Once again, for the decimal, you start at tenths. So 5 over 10. We can divide this one by 5. We can divide this one by 5. You can reduce, class. Once again, always reduce the fraction, class. 5 divided by 5 is 1. 10 divided by 5 is 2. That is 1/2. Or the other solution, once again, 0.5 is equivalent to 1/2. If you're confused converting decimal into fraction, you can convert fraction into decimal. So 1/2. So this will be 1 divided by 2. So 1 divided by 2, that's cannot be. You add 1 0. 10 divided by 2, so that would be 5. You put a point, class. Once again, add 1 0, then you put a point on the top. You align the points. You think this one is 10. 10 divided by 2, that's 5. 5 times 2, that's 10. Subtract 0. So 0.5. Same, class. So therefore, 1/2 is equivalent to 0.5. And 0.5 is equivalent to 1/2. So this is equal. Alright, and number 4. So 8 and 5 over 8, and then 8 and 7 over 12. We know that they have the same whole number. So let's just compare the fractions. So 5 over 8, and then 7 over 12. So we can just simply cross multiply, class. And we know that which is greater, class. Simply cross multiply, class. Simple as that, class, if you have fractions. So cross multiply, 5 times 12, that is 60. And then 8 times 7, that is 56. And we know that 60 is greater than 56. Therefore, class, this 8 and 5 over 8 is greater than 8 and 7 over 12. So this is greater than. Simple as that, class. Even if we use our calculator, class. So let's check, class, using our calculator. So let's divide the fraction, class, 5 over 8. 5 divided by 8. The answer is 0.625. Now, how about this one? 7 divided by 12. You will get 0.5384 and so on. Of course, we know that 6 is greater than 5. So therefore, class, 5 over 8 is greater than 7 over 12. But once again, class, it will take time. If you use your calculator, if you do it manually, especially in dividing, just simply cross multiply, class, if you have given fractions. Alright, so number 4. So whole number 4, and then we have whole number 2. Therefore, class, automatic, this is greater than this one because this is just 2. The whole number is just 2 and this is 4. So this is greater than number 6, class. Once again, you have a proper fraction and you have a mixed number, a whole number together with fraction. Therefore, this is greater than this one. Alright, and then you try, class. You try this one, number 10 and number 9. And you put your answer in the comment section down below. You try this one, class. Let me check, class, if you really understand our topic for today, class. So you try number 9. Is it greater than, less than, or equal? Number 9 and number 10. And then we will be answering number 7. Last two example, class, number 7 and number 8. So 5.2, we can convert this decimal into fraction or this fraction into decimal. So which do you prefer, class? It's up to you, class. So let's just convert this one fraction into decimal. So we have given 5.2 and then 5 and 1/5. So let's divide this one to make this one into decimal. 1 divided by 5. So 1 divided by 5, that's cannot be. We need to add 1 0. Alright, and this becomes 10. 10 divided by 5, that's 2. Once again, class, you align the points. Once you add 1 0, you put a point on the top. You align the points, class. Then 10 divided by 5, that's 2. 2 times 5 is 10. Subtract, that is 0. So therefore, 1 over 5 is equivalent to 0.2. So this will be 5.2. Alright, 5 and 1/5 is the same with 5.2. Therefore, this is equal. Alright, so let's have example number 8. So we have given 5.3 and 28 over 5. So let's convert this one, this improper fraction. Once again, class, we call this one improper fraction. Improper fraction. I hope you remember this one, class, during your elementary years. Improper fraction, the numerator is greater than the denominator. So we need to convert this one into decimal. So let's divide 28 divided by 5. 28 divided by 5, that's 5. 5 times 5 is 25. Subtract 28 minus 25, that's 3. Alright, and then you bring down 0, you add 1 0. So bring down 0, you put a point. 30 divided by 5, that is 6. 6 times 5, that's 30. Subtract, that is 0. So 5.6. So 28 over 5 is 5.6. Therefore, class, 5.6 is greater than 5.3. So therefore, this is less than, class. 5.3 is less than 28.5 because 28.5 is greater than 5.3. Alright, that's it, class. That's how you compare the given rational numbers by writing greater than, less than, or equal. So I hope you learned something new today, class. If you like this video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe. You share it to your friends and to your classmates so that we can help more students. Once again, this is Teacher MJ. Have a great day, class. Goodbye for now. Bye-bye.